And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream here. Tuesday night live stream, right? Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday, right? Anyways, do you have any Bible questions? That's the question of the hour. Do you have any Bible questions? Had fun today. I recorded 2 audio podcast things. I recorded one for 2 Guys in the Bible, Don Preston thing. And then I recorded another for my own thing, Theology. Let me show that off real quick, actually. I'll be a little shellfish. Let's see. Come on. I don't know what the deal is. My computer recently has been super slow, and it's really getting on my nerves, and it makes me want to get a different computer. Even though this one's been really good to me, it's just been really bad here recently. Like, I don't even know if I'm still streaming. I think I am. The numbers say that they're okay, but man, it's annoying dealing with this. Well, never mind, my whole computer's slow. What's up, Just for Kicks? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going good. Oh boy. Well, yeah, so Firefox has crashed. So hopefully I'm still live. If you can still see me, let me know, because I have no idea. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hope I'm still alive. I have no idea. But we'll figure it out shortly. Let me get loaded back in. I'm not sure why everything decided to go away. Yeah, so danielrogers.podbean.com is what you could go to if you wanted to. That's what it looks like there. Let me get back. Everything's breaking. Hang on a second. There's the questions. There's the Theology. Yeah, so this is my podcast I do. I've got several, lessons on there. Sometimes I'll just read an article, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it's a pretty good format with the articles and everything. Alternatively, you can go to danielr.net, and you can go to resources up here, Theology, and boom, there it is. It gives you all the recent episodes. You can find the links to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and sometimes it exports to YouTube. Other times I have to do it automatically. So that's just, Anyways, there's different ways to listen. I enjoy doing them. I think it's pretty fun. And maybe you'll enjoy listening. Okay, we got a few Bible questions. Let's see what we got. First off, we have, what's your thoughts on the Book of Jude? Written before or after Revelation? Boom, good question. So, I think that the Book of Jude was written after the book of 2nd Peter. Okay. I think Jude was written after 2nd Peter. And to show you that, I'm going to have to go into my files. Oh boy. Okay. Daniel School. Nope, that couldn't be it. Oh wait, is it 2018? Okay, hang on. I've got School of Preaching, Peter, 1st Peter. What's this? Hey, I've got to look to my files real quick to get it. That's not it. Hang on. Oh, wait, is that Jude? Jude. There you go. I'm trying to find this document. It's a very specific thing I've got to pull up. It's a comparison between Jude and 2nd Peter. This answers your question. It just hasn't answered it yet. Oh boy. Oh man, that's not it either. Hold up a second. Da 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 da. I feel like I'm zoomed out more than normal, huh? Let's see. That zoomed in? That's gonna be way too zoomed in. There we go. Nope. And that's probably best. Okay. Let's see. Peter was right. There it is. Alright, I found sorry, I had to find this outline. Here we go. Let me make it not so big. Let me go switch the thing. There we go. Okay, 2 Peter and Jude. Check this out. So we have, okay, anyone who has studied 2 Peter and Jude, let me just do this. Increase, increase, increase. Anyone who studied 2 Peter and Jude found out that there's a lot of similarities between the two texts. Peter's second book served as a warning to the first century church of impending dangers. Jude confirms what Peter said by showing what Peter warned about had arrived. Today we'll explore the similarities in Peter's second epistle and Jude. There we go. So angels cast down, Sodom and Gomorrah, according to the flesh, reject dignitaries. These are all commonalities between 2 Peter and Jude. And then we have all of the different things about the false teachers, right? They have spots and blemishes, they're covetous, they follow the way of Balaam, they're wells without water. Here's the thing about these, though, is that all of these verses, like 2 Peter, will be like future tense. And then Jude is going to be like past tense, right? Like, let's take the scoffers and the mockers, for example. 2 Peter 3:3, Jude 1:18. So, watch this. 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this, first of all, in the last days mockers will come. Jude 1:18. They were saying to you, in the last time there will be mockers following after their own ungodly lust. These are the ones. So all of these different elements, they're coming versus they're present, right? It was all like future tense in Peter, but now it's all like present or past tense in Jude. So the point is that Jude was written following 2 Peter, right? Now the question was, does the book of Jude follow the book of Revelation? That's a good question. Now, you can't know just off of Jude, but using 2 Peter, I think you have some clues. For example, in 1 Peter chapter 5, Peter says that Satan walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. All right. If Satan was bound at the cross, John talks about the prince of this world being judged, and he would be released for a short time. Per Revelation 12 and Revelation 20, then whatever's going on in Peter, 2 Peter, you would think would be towards the end of, if not already at, what the millennium is, the 1,000-year reign is in the book of Revelation, right? Because is he bound or is he not bound? Okay, and if he wasn't bound, then when would he be bound, right? And if he was bound, but now he's walking about free like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour for a short time, a little while of 1 Peter chapter 1, what's the deal there, right? He must have been loosed. But he doesn't get loosed until the end of the millennium. You see? So, that being said, if 2 Peter was written following the book of Revelation, also Peter references Babylon, stuff like that, and Jude was written following 2 Peter, then I think that Jude must have been written after the book of Revelation. So, few thoughts there. But it all goes into future and present tenses in 2 Peter versus Jude. Jude playing off of Peter. Had obviously had read Peter's letter and was writing to confirm the things that Peter talked about. And then you had the fact, not the fact, but the appearance that Peter was also familiar with content within the book of Revelation. So since Peter knew about Revelation, since Jude knew about Peter, then it must be that Jude was written after Peter and therefore after Revelation. That's my thoughts on it. Whatever. I think that's about that. So yeah, Jude after Revelation is what I believe. Jude also after 2 Peter. Now I want to remind you, although you once fully knew it, that Jesus, who saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed those who did not believe. I have not noticed that. Wait, that Jesus. Oh wow, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Wait, why does the New American Standard? Oh, too early manuscripts read Jesus. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not sure about that Bible theory. I'm not sure. I guess it depends upon the manuscript, right? We got to do a deep dive now. Lord, New King James Version. The Lord. Okay, curious. Let's see. Oh, that's a good. That's a interesting thing. Hang on. Jude 5. Let's see. The Lord. Okay, so this one says the Lord as well. Jesus is the Greek there. New American Standard is the Lord, not Jesus. My thing's being slow because it's indexing because I got another book. Whew, man, my eye is burning. Ugh. I don't know. That's interesting. I wonder what the deal is with the manuscript difference. Because some versions say Jesus, and other versions say the Lord. That's interesting. Okay, on to the next. What's the clear thing that separates Daniel 11 and Daniel 12 from Antiochus and Rome? There's no such thing as a clear thing in the book of Daniel. That's my answer. I will give you my answer, though. Man, my eye hurts. All right. Daniel 11. First thing you got to do with Daniel is you have to look at three expressions. Three expressions. First off, let's destroy this. And let's destroy this. Let's take that away. And let's send this back up. Okay. Okie dokie. Here we go. So, three expressions. King of the South. King of the North. And the King. You really need to go through your Daniel 11 and you need to highlight all of these, right? With different colors or different markings. Put like a 1 underline or a bold underline or 2 underlines or a highlighter or something to differentiate between these three. Because differentiating between those three, I think, is the key, the secret, the puzzle, I don't know, whatever. The way to really try to get into that book, right? So let's look. Daniel 11. King of the South. King of the South. He'll come to the King of the North to carry out a peaceful arrangement. Okay. The King of the North. And he will deal with him and display great strength. We have the King of the North again. He'll refrain from attacking the King of the North. The latter will enter the realm of the King of the South. The King of the South will be enraged and fight the King of the North. The King of the North will rise with a greater multitude. Blah, blah, blah. The King of the South. Many will rise up against the King of the South. The violent ones among your people will also lift themselves up in order to fulfill the vision. They'll fall down. King of the North, forces of the South, all down through here. King of the South, King of the South. Okay. Verse 27. As for both kings, their heart will be intent on evil. They'll speak lies to each other at the same table, but it will not succeed, for the end is still to come at the appointed time. He'll return to his land with much plunder, but his heart will be set against the holy covenant. He'll take action and then return to his own land. At the appointed time, he will return and come into the south, but this last time it will not turn out the way it did before. For ships in Kittim will come against him. Therefore, he will be disheartened and will return and become enraged at the holy covenant and take action. So he will come back and show regard for those who forsake the holy covenant. We're dealing with Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes now. Antiochus, whatever. Forces from him will arise, desecrate the the sanctuary fortress, and do away with the regular sacrifice. They'll set up the abomination of desolation. By smooth words, he will turn to godlessness those who act wickedly toward the covenant. Okay, let's skip down a little bit here. Then, notice this in verse 36. Then the king. Now to this point, we've had king of the south, king of the north, king of the south, king of the north, king of the south, king of the north. Now in verse 36, we have this. Then the king will do as he pleases. He will exalt and magnify himself above every god. He will speak monstrous things against the God of gods. He will prosper until the indignation is finished. For that which is decreed will be done. Now notice this. That which is decreed will be done. Look, verse 27. They will not succeed. Why? For it is still to come at the appointed time. Verse 35. What's going on there? Why is it not going to work out? Because it's still to come at the appointed time. There was another one up here, verse 14. They tried to fulfill the vision, but they fall down. Why? Because it wasn't time yet. So now we have a king who comes. He's not the king of the south. He's not the king of the north. He's a different king. Looks like to me. And now he comes at the appointed time, and he'll prosper until it's finished. What is decreed will be done. That is, what was appointed for the appointed time will be done. Now, what was under discussion? Daniel 10:14 says, I will come to give you an understanding of what will happen to your people in the latter days. This whole thing is leading up to the time of the latter days. You look at chapter 11. It's not in the days of these violent ones, verse 14. It's not in the days here in verse 27. And it's not yet even here with Antiochus Epiphanes, right? So it's a different king who's now come. It's now the decreed time. The decreed thing is going to be done. The indignation is going to be finished. And what's going to happen? The king of the south will collide with him. The king of the north will storm against him. These are an enemy. This is an enemy of the king of the south and the king of the north. It's Rome. Rome is who overthrew Greece to take Jerusalem into his own possession. He will enter the beautiful land, he says in verse 41, right? My thing's messing up again. I don't know. This computer is good on my nerves. I'm about to just reinstall Windows on it, I guess. I don't know. I'll just have to sit here because I'm useless until it finishes doing what it's doing. All right. Anyways, that's how I see it. Hopefully that was enough. I think you got it. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. I think you're good. Okay. Could you please elaborate on the meaning of Passover? Did the Passover lamb take away sin? Good question. Good question. Because in John 1:29, John says, "Behold the Lamb of God, which takes away the sin of the world." Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Having to reach into the... Let's see. Ezekiel 45. Here we go. Ezekiel 45. In the first month, on the first of the month. Okay, so he's come to make atonement for the house of Israel. He's going to cleanse the sanctuary, verse 18. The priest shall take some of the blood from the sin offering, put it on the doorposts on the house, on the four corners of the ledge of the altar, and on the posts of the gate of the inner court. Thus you'll do on the 7th day of the month, all right? And the first month, on the 14th day of the month, you shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten. On that day the prince shall provide for himself and all the people of the land a bull for a sin offering. So it's a little bit odd, isn't it, here in Ezekiel 45. The Day of Atonement, the Day of Atonement and the Passover are combined into one day. So John's connection to the Passover lamb as a sin offering comes from Ezekiel chapter 45, right? Which is a passage, and my thing's being so slow, which is in this whole context of restore Jerusalem and everything, right? So this is actually something that came to my attention because of a book by a guy named Tom Holland, and it's called Contours of Pauline Theology. Contours of Pauline Theology. That's by Tom Holland. He gets into how in Ezekiel in the Messianic Temple, the Passover lamb, and the Day of Atonement are sort of combined into one celebrated feast unto the Messiah. And I'm not mistaken. Take a look. Let's see. Let me just take a look real quick. Yeah, if you search Contours of Pauline Theology PDF, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. Let me just switch over to this screen. Oh, that's not it. Come on, switch over. There you go. You can actually download the PDFs of this book. It's tomholland.org.uk/contours of Pauline Theology. But just go to his website, right? tomholland.org.uk, and you can just click on Contours of Pauline Theology at the top. Once it loads, everything's being slow. Whew. Man, there you go. And then you can download each of the PDFs. Like here's Christology and Passover. So I'm guessing it would be in this. I'm guessing it would be within this chapter, but who knows? Oh well, here's soteriology and Passover. Actually, who knows? But it's in here somewhere, and the whole book is worth to read. So you might as well just get the whole thing, right? Yeah, so that's what I would suggest that you do. Good book. Oh boy, man, what's my task manager looking like? Why's everything so slow? I'm getting 74%. Oh, something rotting to the disk. What is this? Why is this doing that? I don't know. Yeah, the book's good. And you can read it online for free, or you can get it in print. It's nice. Any other questions? Alrighty then. I'm going to hop off of here and probably go to bed. So it's already 9:48 here. I was still kind of awake, but now I'm getting kind of sleepy. So I'm gonna head to bed. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great night. And as always,